Hello and welcome along and welcome back to our Seasons from Scratch series here on Felsbrunn. We are currently heading down to field 18. We're going to be putting soybeans in there, so I'm going to switch over my current crop. And yeah, so we're going to go and plant that with soybeans. It is currently day 3 of spring. So the temperature, the ground temperature is really good. We're at 5 degrees C. So we're going to start getting, I think we're going to start seeing stuff germinate. So we've got our canola that we put in last time. That is on our home field of field 31. So I think that's going to germinate soon. We've got, this should germinate pretty quickly. And then we've just got the field over there we want to do as well. I'm planting canola and soybeans because basically our fields are, I want crops that aren't going to cost a lot of money for us to harvest. And stuff like oats and wheat and things like that, while they do pay well, the biggest problem with them is that they have a cost associated with baling them. So we'd have to hire a baler and collect everything up. So as I'm trying to keep prices down of equipment and cost that way, I'm not doing those. I'm trying not to do stuff that bales at the moment. So that's really why we're putting in both soybeans and canola. Both are particularly good crops as far as cost goes. Both require the same header on a combine to harvest them, and yeah, and as I said, both pay well as well. So yeah, it's sort of maximizing profit for minimum outlay is what we're going for at the moment, especially as we're going to have to hire a harvester to do this. And yeah, getting the most out of the harvester, we are going to be doing a lot of stuff that's also contract work. So we're going to do a lot of contract stuff when harvest season comes, which I think is a really good way to sort of maximize the use of our harvester. Make sure that it costs us as little as possible overall and out of our profit in order to do things. We've got about 80,000 left, I think, that we can take in loans. Currently, we have 77,000 in the bank after having returned that tractor last time. I might go and get GPS added to this tractor. It's not an overly realistic thing for this tractor to have GPS, I don't think. But considering it's an articulated tractor, it would definitely help me keep straight on these fields. So yeah, it's a little bit of payoff, and you can see there exactly why. I'm leaving a little bit of a gap. It's not the easiest thing to do this on ploughed fields. So yeah, but I'm gonna get the some more of this soybeans planted, and then we'll come back. We want to have a look at our Mercedes today. I want to have a look at our MB track. See if we can put some care wheels on it, because somebody suggested after I mentioned that I didn't think I could do it last time. Somebody suggested that it is a possibility with that tractor. So I think we'll go and check that out and see if yeah, we can actually do that. Coming close to the end of the field now, and yeah, this has gone in fairly well. I've got better. Well, I say that as I'm coming up to a bit of a wobble. But I've got better at getting this field, or keeping it straight on this field. I'm quite happy with my progress here. We've got the field done pretty quickly. I mean, it's not even midday in game yet, which is good news, really good news actually. Means that we should be able to get both this field done and field 26, I think, is our other field. And in doing that, we're whoa. I've not lowered my seeder. That's alright. Lower that down. First time I've done that, all field. Anyway, so yes, our other field is field 26, just over the road. I'm looking at the comparison in size between 31 and 18, and to be perfectly honest, they're about the same size. So I don't think it matters what I put into field 26. I think most likely then I'm going to plant soybeans as I have in here. Simply because if I've got a carting tractor over this way and its trailer isn't full, best thing for me to do is to load up with the soybeans from here. And soybeans also pay slightly better as well. Although we should really check out the crop rotation, I think, for what it is, and see if there's something we can give a boost to. Because we had decided soybeans on here from the crop rotation, I think. Let's have a quick check. So look at our crop rotation. Yeah, so we've gone soybeans from here. So we're looking at, we need to see what the possibilities are, and just sort of line things up. See what is going to be the best for field 26 when we head over there. And that's the thing with crop rotation. We wanna get these non-straw producing crops in the first year, but we still need to make sure we plant the right one to get the maximum yield off it. Which off this field we should be absolutely fine if we go here. Previous is fallow, but I think that might be before that was cereal, and that's why. If we go into the seasons menu here and go to our crop rotation, if I go fallow here and a cereal here, you can see that soybeans don't do quite so well. So yeah, it's not great, but there is at least a bit of a boost from here. So we'll see exactly what we get out eventually, but it is at the very least a boost. We might have got more with canola in here, to be honest. Right, so lift that up, turn it off, and fold it, and we're going to head across, and we're going to have a look at field 26 and use our crop rotation setup to sort of try and work this out. And this is the thing about seasons, it's getting to understand the ins and outs of things. I'm not 100%, based on what we've just looked at, I'm not 100% sure that we've put the best crop we could have here in field 18. But field 26, we're going to use the whole thing and see what the best crop we can get into that field is. So it's just across here, around here, and up here. We're going to start at the top of the field. We go across this field, try and go with the slope, or go across the slope, sorry. And that's the shadow of the castle there. Right, there we go. Right, let's have a look at what the best crop rotation. Now, somebody suggested that fallow might be because we have gone and ploughed this. But before that was oilseed, so we're going to set up a new crop rotation here. We're going to go for an oilseed first. That would be canola, followed by a fallow. Where are you? There we go. Fallow. So soybeans will give us 0.8. And canola will probably give us nothing. Oh, give us 0.8. So we're just as good. We're just as good with most things. Corn would give us the best off here. And a corn header. A corn header would give us more options. But I think that might be a second year thing, unless we can find a corn contract which would then offset it. So where we go, soybeans is 0.8. Oh, we can't plant corn with this anyway. So yeah, soybeans it is. We're going to go the same as the other field. Yeah, canola or soybeans, either of those produce the same sort of thing. So fold this out. start it up, drop it down, and away we go. So, I am going to get this field, it's now 1 in the afternoon. That has come around quickly. So, I'm going to get this seeded, and then we're going to go and have a look at our MB track, see if we can set that up to have care wheels on it. Because, these 2 fields also are going to need fertilizing as well. There's a couple more rows to go, and this field will be fully seeded. Gone quite well again. In fact, I'm getting better at this, which is good. And, now, I can't remember if I mentioned it at the end of when I was doing the last field. But why I'm not using hired workers to do this is purely a cost thing. We're trying to keep the costs down as much as possible. So if I can do this seeding myself, then I will do. One of the things that Seasons affords me is the time to do these things myself. I don't need to worry about the whole thing of running out of time. Because Seasons just gives you so much time, it's ridiculous. Even running this at 15 times, we've got all of our crops planted by the middle of spring, which is amazing. We do still need to fertilize, which we will get to. We might even get some of that today. But I want to get this tractor back to our, what I'm calling our farmyard at the moment, which isn't much of one. We're going to start working on that soon, I think. What we'll be able to do is, the rest of spring, we can go out and we can go and plant fields as contracts. And I'm hoping that there might be a fair few contracts about at the moment. I noticed that the daytime temperature is up to 10 degrees centigrade now, which is absolutely brilliant. That means we're gonna start getting crops germinating in the near future. Which is wonderful news. Our chickens seem to be doing quite well. I don't know how many eggs we've got at the moment. I'm hoping we've got a good number of eggs. Let's just have a look out the window as we drive past. Oh yeah, we do have both of our egg pallets are filling at the moment. So that's good news. When those fill up, then we can go and sell them. So I'm just going to go and park this up here. We do really kind of, even if we just start laying some mud down here or some concrete, I think we need to start making this look a little bit more like a farmyard. It currently doesn't. I switched my I turned my tent around last time, so we added the tent at the end of the last video in order to give me somewhere to sleep. And yeah, so we've actually turned that around so it's facing the right way now. Which was a little bit of editing in the XML just to do the quick turnaround. But that's much better. That allows me a lot more things. And if I go here, yeah, not tired. So you can see this is a really useful little mod. At £500, I think it is, to put the tent up. But while you're setting up your farm before you can afford a big farmhouse, something like that is absolutely perfect. Right, we're going to take the MB track around the shop. We're going to drop the front off this. There we go. And just back up. Now we do have an oddity with this, where when I switch to the front stuff, you'll see the door open straight away. Like that. Which is a bit odd. I think it's an issue with my side panel. I need to take my side panel apart, because you can see that I'm getting a lot of resistance from closing the door. Or not. But yeah, my side panel does have an issue at the moment, where it's got a loose connection. But that might actually be an issue with this mod, possibly, because I'm not noticing it causing a big issue while I'm driving along here. So yeah, I don't quite know what's going on there. But we'll get this done around to the shop. One of the nice things about this, of course, is the shop is just round the corner from us. We can check the configurations of this. I would love a sprayer to go on the back of this. If anybody knows of one that would mount to the back, not to the 3-point link, but just sit on the back on this, that would be fantastic on this map. That would be really good. Right, let's customize and see what we've got. So on Trollborg, we do have care wheels on this tractor. it will cost us £1,000 to put them on it. But, oh wow, there are some interesting care wheels on this tractor. And then there's the standard narrows as well. And then there's the wides, and then there's the big wides, and then there's the standard, which we have. And Midas wide tyres are the other ones. Those are actually quite cool. If we weren't trying to look after the money, I would do that. But, yeah. So that's all good. I'm quite happy with that. That means that this tractor is usable. We don't need to go and buy another tractor, which was what I said last time. We can actually put care wheels on this and go and do work with this. And speaking of doing work with this and care wheels for this, I think we should grab our fertilizer spreader and just run over at least one of our fields at the other end and see if we can get that fertilized and get ourselves a little bit ahead. So this tractor should be able to pull this because this is the smaller spreader. It's a little bit weighed down at the back. Oh wow, that is a little tractor on a big spreader. I think this will do fine on one of our fields. I think it's going to struggle on the other. We shall see. Before I go and make a fool of myself, actually, because I do that often. Let's just have a quick look in our garage, which is in here. And in our garage, so this has 125 horsepower. The requirement of the least spreader is not listed. That's interesting. What is the spreader? There we go. Yeah, no horsepower requirements on this. So no horsepower requirements on this. We will see if this can handle it on that hill. It does really seem to be a big spreader for a small tractor. But I have seen more absurd setups. So we'll give it a go. I really like this little Mercedes tractor. It was part of the mods contest. And it just works wonderfully well. A really nice little tractor, this. Well worth the download, and I think this is the most powerful variant we've got of it. 125 horsepower. So it's as a good little starter tractor, stroke all-round tractor. It's pretty good. It really works quite well. Right, it's getting late in the day, so let's unfold our spreader. Doing that on the road is a little bit unsafe. It should go fairly quickly though. Oh yeah, we've got a lot more spread available to us than we're using on this first row. And actually this tractor is handling this really, really well. You know, that's 12 miles an hour uphill with that. And this is a full fertilizer spreader. So I'm impressed with that. That has worked well. Now I'm gonna eyeball the direction. We seem to have got rid of our overhang on that. There we go. And I've got a car coming, so let's get lined up on our next row. And away we go. Perfect. That is exactly 180. And I've left an overhang here because we have. We know we've got an overhang on the other side. And here's where it's struggling. Steeper hill on this side. And we're doing 5 miles per hour. So it's actually getting a larger spread of fertilizer here. Now, I should really pick up the variable fertilizer spreader mod. Because that would mean that it would actually get an even spread going across here. But it's doing alright. And actually, we got our overhang pretty much spot on for our return trip. That's brilliant. And this thing, because we've got the spreading discs on this when we leased it, we have got it with the nice wide setup. So it does make it so much easier. It takes so fewer runs on the with the spreader to cover the entire field. I mean, we'll have this done in 4 spreads, and we'll basically have the whole thing on camera because it's so fast, because it's done so quickly. It means that we are able to do it quite nicely and quite all on camera. And it's still only 10 to 6 in the evening. So if I can get this field done and our other field done, we are in a great place on here. It means that for the rest of spring and part of summer, we will be able to just do contract work, bring in the money that way, and contract work in that way might be really quite lucrative. Let's put this on cruise control, which doesn't cost us anything, thankfully, and have a look at what the contracting thing is. And you can see at the moment there's a massive ploughing and cultivating contracts. So we could do some ploughing stuff. We have a good plough on here, and earn some money that way. But it's yeah, for the most part, we have got all of our crops in, and we're now in a great position for going forward with this, and for earning a really good amount of money going forwards. We're crossing the road, so I'm going to fold my discs up, and then we'll head up the top of the field. And this field will go quicker because, of course, here we're not fighting the hillside. We're just going to be running up and down it. Oh, there we go. The other thing, of course, is if we can get some contracts done, we can then start earning some money or we can start building our yard as well. So off we go. Perfect, absolutely perfect, ish. And yeah, we'll cover this in a few strokes, and it'll be and that will be all of our crops in and done and ready for us to just keep working on for the next few months. I can see how you can actually run lots of farms on 15 lots of fields on 15 times. That is massively out of the way. There we go. You know, we are 6 days on this, and we have got ourselves in a good position. You have lots of animals and things, and you will you'll need more time in seasons, but certainly 15 times and 6 days seems to be working pretty well for us at the moment. So I'm quite happy with that. That is a complete spread, and we will have this finished. We will have our fields all of our fields fertilized, done their first fertilization and seeded by the end of this game day, which is brilliant, absolutely wonderful. There we go. And in. Oh no, we had it. There we go. Really pleased with that. We've got a small patch up there, so I think I might go and grab that. But after a full work day, we have again, we've got everything seeded. Wow, that is just absolutely brilliant. I'm going to have a quick check on the chickens, because we need to make sure that they are in good stead. I don't want to let their food get too low, especially with the amount of chickens we added. I haven't added in the enhanced animal extension yet on here. I don't think. I will get that added though, because that will tell us exactly how many chickens we have, because I'm not sure of that. There we go. That is our field covered. So there we are. I am really quite pleased with that. We're going to get this back to our farm. We'll just check on our chickens quickly. Yeah, chickens are looking good. They're pretty clean. They've got plenty of wheat and barley, so they will be fine overnight. We are going to get this back to our farm, but that is actually it for what we want to achieve today. It is the sun is beginning to set. Oh, and we're going to have to go around there because that seems to be an accident. Oh dear. And that's where we're going to leave it for this. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.